Hey, what's up, guys? Open box review today on the RCTimer brushless gimbal, that all aluminum one that everybody's been talking about and getting lately. I was on pre-order with Kendall at UAVobjects.com, and it's a great store to buy from. The guy's got super fast shipping when he's in stock and you order. He ships really fast. Even the pre-order stuff, he updates you with the tracking number. If it's on the boat, slow boat from China, he'll even give you the tracking number that your parts should be contained in. And he's already got his labels, everything ready to go as soon as they got in. So the day that these came in, he already boxed it up and sent it out the same day, which was Wednesday this week. And I just got it today, Friday. So UAVobjects.com. I've been buying all my props from him. He's got great prices, and he's doing a good job keeping stuff in stock. And like I said, his shipping is certainly faster than my own, that's for sure. But go to UAVobjects.com. You can pre-order your gimbal, and he's got gimbal controllers, and he's got all kinds of great prop setups and everything else, and motors too. So it's a great site for parts available. This is the controller I'm using. This is from James, JY0933 from RC Groups. He had these brushless controller as group buys or something like that, and the quality are really great on these controllers and the IMU, and he gives you a crap load of cables here, so pin cables. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Open up this box, and like I said, I have not opened the box yet. I just took the label off to hide my personal info. The reports I got online is that they don't come with directions, a manual or anything, but I mean, do you really need one to put together these gimbals? Especially with the internet and everything else that's out there, you've got a lot of details and web pages and different sites talking about the assembly. So go ahead and open it up now. Like I said, I haven't opened it yet. So this is just Kendall's packaging. This isn't how it comes from RCTimer. So props. So this is how he gets them. He just basically repacks them in his own packaging, which is nice and secure. See, look what he did too. He taped it down so it wouldn't roll around in the box itself. Just like, see that? Kind of cool. So this is the gimbal, how it comes, and I can see that all the aluminum parts inside there already, just looking at it. And remove some of the tape here. I have a similar packing technique with the bubble wrapping tape too. Alright, so here's the motors. The motors are smaller than I thought they would be. Wow, they feel like really good motors too. But it's all part of the kit. They come with the motors and everything. So when you buy the gimbal, you get motors. The only thing you got to do is you got to solder the 3 wires on the motors here. If you're not familiar with the brushless motors for gimbals, they got to be rewired. So you got to get them rewired. It's like one bag is all the aluminum parts, and feels really light. Feels really light. I noticed on the sides here, let's just dump these out. On the sides here, they already have the bearings in there. Now remember, these are made by RCTimer. The UAV Objects does not make these. Okay. The overall quality, as an aluminum guy myself now, these are anodized. They're definitely anodized, but I see a lot of tool marks in there. See that? But what for $100, you can't complain about any of the quality. That's for sure. The motors alone are worth, Yeah, I mean the millwork looks good. I could see a couple issues when they were milling them, but they just anodize them after, so it hides a lot of the imperfections. Like there's a lot of, like on this one, there's a tool marks indented, but it covers up most of it when they anodize them. So that's the pieces. They got real close tolerance on those holes there, real close to the edge. Everything's threaded. I just hope all the threads are good. There's some scuffs on this one too, but again, it's, you know, rough CNCing from China, so you can't expect, you know, the best of the best here. You can just hope that you get some good stuff. But I'm for the price, everything so far, no complaints. Motors, like I said, these are the 150 wound motors, or no, 70. Sorry, 70 turn motors, and the 2212s. And they got this little circuit board to solder the wires down. So they feel good. I don't feel any binding. It goes smooth. Let's check this one. Same thing. So nice, good quality looking motors. This is the other bag of accessories. You get, looks like 8 vibration absorbers, the way you have it mounted. And oh, I didn't know these are carbon fiber. And the pieces for the top to mount your gimbal and everything, or your controller, well, they're carbon fiber, but they're like combined with glass fiber. They're not solid carbon fiber. I could see glass fiber in there, but look okay. Look good to me. You know, quality is what you would expect for sure for $100. I could see a lot of, when they cut the carbon fiber on, they go from this side, but you could see it didn't go all the way through. So, you know, little things like that, you don't have to worry. You're not going to see it when it's assembled either. So then of course you get some nylon standoffs and the screws to assemble everything. There's a shaft here too, so not sure what the shaft is for. Is it just to take away? It's not long enough to be a replacement shaft. I don't know anything about that. So, but that's it. So I'm going to run the gimbal. The gimbal sits on top of the mount like that, like the pictures you see. So, but that's the RCTimer brushless gimbal. I also got some carbon fiber Gropner clones RCTimer. Real nice and stiff. They're probably balanced, I'm sure. If not, we'll check them out. They come with the little inserts, shaft inserts. But yeah, these are the 9.5 carbon fiber Gropners. And also you get these from UAV Object. This is his logo here, his address. His name is Kendall. He's a good guy. He's, like I said, super fast shipping when it's in stock. And he keeps you filled in on pre-order updates. So that's my RCTimer gimbal. I'm going to go ahead and assemble it, and then I'll do another video, and I'll attach it to this one. So keep tuned. Thanks, guys. I'm back. I got it assembled. It took me about an hour to assemble it because there was a couple issues I ran into. But overall, easy assembly. You just need to look at a couple pictures online. Not really that difficult. And the only reason I say that is just so you know which direction your set screw holes are and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's cut dry. Is it worth the $100 price tag? Absolutely, 100,000%. The quality is not high precision aluminum cut quality. There's a lot of imperfections. The way they finished up on some of these files, these parts here, like I said, it's not precision. It's not, highest quality of machining that you would get if you paid, $500 to $1,000. A couple of things I ran into is I didn't have enough screws. I didn't have enough black screws to mount the back here. Look, I had to find one of my own silver screw in there. It didn't give me enough of these black screws to assemble, and you have to assemble the top plate on here. See, I have silver screw in there too. So that was issue one. Issue two is all these little silver screws that you see mounted here in the bottom, sides. Well, they're all one size, but this plate is thinner than this plate. So this screw came out of the edge, maybe 2 threads. So when you try to thread it into the side, it was stripping out the first 2 threads because it only turned like 1.5 turns around, and that's way not enough. Come on, I mean, that's way shallow. So when I screwed 1 or 2 in, obviously they wouldn't tighten up because it was only going like 1 turn, 1.5 turn, and this is a pretty main construction. So what you got to do is you got to drill out these holes a little bit, countersunk holes here. You got to drill those a little bit because I think from the anodizing it adds thickness to the hole when you put these screws in. But if you drill them out and be careful on the edge here, the top, if you be careful on those edges, you could drill them out and get it in. Now I got about 4 to 5 turns around in there now, and they weren't even flush. These weren't even flush. Now they're somewhat flush. So that was the only issue that I had to do, and you know, for that price, I don't care if I have to drill those out because this thing is still a good, beautiful piece of art. A couple things that I would have liked to see as far as the construction. Everything, the whole bottom, the whole gimbal depends on this one shaft on the back motor here for the tilt, and that's it. What I would have liked to see, why not just have this piece mounted to the back of the motor and have this piece mounted to the back of the motor here, so you're driving the whole gantry with the motor, not the shaft. You know what I mean? So you could drive the whole motor, I mean the whole gimbal on either direction by the motor and not just using the small shaft coming up, because the only thing that's holding this thing together on that is the set screw inside here. I don't know if you can see that on the shaft. That's the only thing that's keeping this whole thing together. And you know, if you're trying to tighten those little set screws, those things are a pain because your Allen wrenches are so small, and if you don't got the exact size, or if it's just, even if you got the exact size, I mean, they strip out easy. So that's my only gripe is how it mounts to the shaft there. I would have totally liked to see it, which I might just do myself, mount this right to the back of the motor here, and then make my own custom upgrade to mount this in the back of the motor. But maybe they wanted to keep all the weight balanced on the shaft. I don't know, but it really kind of, it came loose on me twice. So you got to use Loctite on all those screws. That's another thing. You got to use Loctite. You have to use Loctite on these aluminum. They'll come loose. Some imperfections, you know, like I said, some of the mill work wasn't perfect, but I mean, here you go, another one. Look at this. This is actually a piece. Look at that. This is actually a piece that it didn't mill all the way, but it got anodized, and it was left on. But you know, for $100, oh my God, you can't beat it. No, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just, you know, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to certain things. But you know, I do aluminum work myself. And there was what was it? There was another set of screws here. 2 of these weren't perfectly lined up either when you're putting this piece on, so you had to play with that a little bit. But other than that, it's a great little gimbal. It's worth every penny. I got my controller on here. This is the dampener system. It's just held together by the rubber. I'm going to use my own mounts for those. I think, and when I did the first part of the video, I was talking about the shaft. After I started assembling, I realized what the shaft was for, because you know, online there was very vague amount of pictures. I mean, there was not that many at all. So, anyways, there's the gimbal. I'm gonna go ahead and wire it up, get it all tested, and hopefully get it tuned pretty good. So, but overall, this is a great little gimbal. It looks good, and it's going to look good underneath my hex. So that's it. RCTimer brushless gimbal. Thanks a lot, guys.